Who am I? Where do I belong? This frequently asked question refers to an essential part of one's life, identity seeking. Identity is a term used throughout the social science to describe person's conception and expression of their individuality or group affiliations. Confronted with pool of two cultures, Chinese culture and American culture, Chinese Americans, especially the young generation, feel confused and puzzled about their identity. Today, we'll look at what shaped Chinese Americans' identity. When Snow White's stepmother repeatedly asked the magic mirror who is the fairest one of all, she is forming a sense of identity based on mirror's feedback. Similarly, we begin forming a sense of who I am, largely based on internalization of reflection from others. Likewise, Chinese Americans see themselves as others see them. They are two main parts of the form that mirror. First, family input and cultural background, and second, society's reflection, including racism. Family and cultural backgrounds comprise the most essential parts of society and have the greatest influence on individuals. Let's see what happened in the movie The Joy Luck Club.
I asked my daughter, help me carry grocery. She thinks this too much Oscar. All day long she played chess. I dust off all her trophy. Appreciate me? No. You're lucky you don't have the same problem.
My problem? Worse than yours. If I tell June time to wash dish, she hear nothing but music. It's like you can't stop this natural talent.
As we can see, one of the strong measurements of traditional Chinese culture taught to young Chinese is face saving, not to embarrass others and not to be caught in embarrassing situations. Also, parents tend to use their children's accomplishment to compare with each other for having face, though the children will feel uncomfortable with it.
Why do you have to use me to show off? If you want to show off, then why don't you learn to play chess? You want me to be someone I'm not. I'll never be the kind of daughter that you want me.
The reflections and effects from American form another mirror for identity seeking. When people say Americans, they usually mean white Americans. It is as though even Native Americans and Chinese whose forefathers helped to build a railroad in the last century were less Americans than a first-generation European. And overseas Chinese once analyzed the term Chinese Americans. The citizens of Chinese ancestry are called either American Chinese or Chinese Americans. Chinese Americans is more commonly used as they are considered Chinese before they are Americans. This expression implies that they are second-class Americans and do not fully enjoy the rights and privileges accorded by the society to its citizens. Many of the overseas Chinese who worked on railroads in North America in the 19th century suffered from racial discrimination in the United States. Although discriminatory laws have been repealed or are no longer enforced today, the United States had at one time introduced status that barred Chinese from entering the country. For example, the United States Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, which repealed in 1943. Thus, disrupting family life over several generations is a common experience in Chinese American families. The harsh history contributed to self-identity confusion for generations to come. In summary, the identity of Chinese Americans was shaped by their immigrant families, their cultural background, and American reflection. As Chinese students in America, we are also going through the process of identity seeking, and the same for the increasing Chinese coming to America. We benefited from those early generations' sacrifice, and we are ready to write a new chapter in America's history. Thank you for your listening.